especially into, like, I wanted to say into the lifestealer, but into the anticipation of the lifestealer made a lot of sense. In the way that Infamous wanted to use it as an offlaner to make things happen without any items. I could also see it over here. Maybe they just watched the previous series and said, "All right, you know what? Let's get us a hero that can go in from a distance to mimic the capabilities of the Earth Spirit, as well as the ability to just outfight him mano a mano. Sometimes that's all you want from a boss for. Outdo the other one."
It's so weird though the way that, because like Thunder Predator, they used to run the Void Spirit as a 4 or an Ember Spirit as a 4 because Matthew really excels on these kinds of heroes that are very slippery, that can make space, that are very active, and the spirits just, for whatever reason, have been completely ignored for the most part. We haven't seen any bans on them. We haven't seen any picked up in this particular one. We did see it in the last game because they left the door open for our boy Quinn here, but this time around, just not much value. Okay, an IO into a Lich?
Yeah, I mean, if you count on the Terrorblade to have enough illusions around, like it's always a mixed bag, right? Illusion heroes that are not Phantom Lancer into Lich, it's like, all right, you're not going to be happy that your orb is bouncing all the way around. I'm not going to be happy that my illusions are cleared, but at the very least, I'm not dead.
So is this a Frank Magnus or a Tomato Magnus? I guess is the question.
Or is
because I know you can run a core IO, but I'm not digging that. Don't do that to me, Thunder Predator. You're in the lower bracket.
They have a game's leeway here. But no, especially not in a game with a Terrorblade. I don't imagine that they have a specialist to, run it into the mid matchup either. So, no. I mean, the other option, of course, is that this is a core Tusk again. How would you feel about that? Because, yeah, this is not a great matchup for Terrorblade.
No, the Arc Ward, and that's going to be HFN playing that. Oh boy.
Yep. I mean, there's going to be a point in this match where Arc is not strong enough to defend yet, and you can cross distances with this Tusk. But I was hoping for something like they still have their last pick left on Thunder Predator here, and they're going to have to pick something that can cross distances, that can jump, because you're going to need to be on top of this Arc Warden at some point in this game. And if you can't hunt him, well, they're taking the Ember Spirit out themselves already. Interesting.
Yeah, because that's definitely an HFN Arc Warden. That's not Brile. So, I mean, they could potentially. So the thing that's tough is that Tomato hasn't played mid in so long. Like he'll play, in pubs and stuff like that, but generally speaking, he plays more of like these core roles. So like a lot of the normal instances that I could think of, I'm just like, I don't really know if he plays that any longer or is up to date with it, I guess is a better way to put it. Because I mean, we could see something like, if Leo Style was here, I would say we're seeing a Void Spirit. We're seeing something that can jump in, pull someone in place, 100%. And they don't have great lockdown coming out from the side of Crazy either. You've got Lich, Sinister Gaze, Lich, Sinister Gaze. That's pretty much it. You've got a couple slows, you've got a couple silences, but they take out the Kunkka. That's smart. So you don't want to be. Radiant team pick. Oh, they banned the Void themselves. All right. So what's the Brile hero here? Could get a Lina, possibly. That's not bad with the burst damage. We've been playing a bit of that. You don't really want to see the Bat Rider.
No. Honestly, something relatively sturdy, like a real tempo hero, like a DK or something, could work really well. You could use some more frontline. TB isn't exactly the most fondness of it. You don't like DK?
I've never liked DK. Kips, we've had this conversation.
But I love DK.
Okay. Yeah, I know you do. You like him. You almost like him as much as you like your Beastmaster because he's a rock. You can build a draft around him. I know you. I've passed it with you enough. We've had enough conversations. But I would rather see something active for Brile. I don't like to see him just sit in the lane. I think it's a waste of talent. 5 seconds remaining. So there we go. We got Slacks' waifu. But now, what is the pickup here for Thunder Predator? Is this a Magnus mid or is it a Frank? He's going to tell us. God! I'm done. All right, you're going to cast this one on your own. Bye, guys. We're out. Come on, Thunder Predator. Oh, my God.
Oh, that is too good. That is too good.
Laugh it up, Kips. Laugh it up.
Oh man, it's
To
like
be
they
fair,
heard you.
They probably just like, we heard Moxxie Kips is here. Let's just troll her, while we're in the lower bracket. To be fair, Dazzle, when they play in the lane, it does a lot, right? It's pretty strong. It's got that sustainability. You've got a lot of heal coming out because a lot of the times too, Mino's not able to get off the Sunder if they're moving just too quickly with this tempo. I don't like it just because it falls off. It falls off pretty hard. On the plus side of things, though, you have a Magnus. Magnus is going to be accelerating Minos' farm. He's going to be going very quickly. So perhaps they can finish the game before it reaches that critical mass point where Frank just becomes a walking necro book and occasionally, some bad juju. But
yeah.
I have to say I like Crazy's draft a little bit more right now.
Yeah, normally I'd be a little bit worried about Crazy having just a fragile lineup where you can pick them apart, but there's not that much jump on Thunder Predator. The one who likes to go in the most is the Tusk, and that's usually the same as Nurse Spirit, right? You go in, you hope you come out again. It's not the same as you're not assassinating somebody. This is very much a tempo draft from Thunder Predator, and in my opinion, a lot of this is on Tomato. What kind of build is he actually going to go for? Because he is going to have a lot of sustain behind him with the Dazzle, and the IO as well. So is he going to take these risks that this draft will allow him to take, and that I think are necessary if you want to break down this Arc Warden's door fast enough?
That's my problem with the Dazzle, is that, like I said, during the laning phase pretty good, but as we get further in, they need to make the space, and they have a Dazzle, as they just feature him very up front and center here. This is not a hero that's known for being hyper aggressive. This is a hero that, kind of wanders about, tries to push out waves. He's not going to be, like a centaur, right? He's not going to be like a Beastmaster. It's just not the same tempo. And especially with an IO picked up too here with Wu, no me gusta.
Well,
no me gusta.
One of the things they can definitely do with his double heal is stand up against his Venomancer. As well as that the Shallow Grave is going to be very handy against a hero like Brawl, which Windranger is one of those mid-heroes that excels at picking someone off first and then playing the game or the fight from there. If you deny her first kill, or make her wait so long for it that she's in danger of her Windrun running out, that's a different kind of ballpark. So let's find out. I am cautiously optimistic about this. At the very least, I see how you could play this if you had a very tight timing sense in your lineup. But of course, I have also seen Thunder Predator play before, and while they are absolutely super skilled as individual players, I do think they're kind of sloppy around when they decide to fight, and especially they don't really not fight.
There's so
they just
many
fight.
spark rates.
MJC just skirting it.
It's gonna be so much nuke, like, even though, if Frank's gonna eat all of that there. Another one comes out. They'll be able to get the kill on Owie, though. It's gonna be first blood. Now HFN forced back. They do have the tag team, so that gives them a little bit of that advantage, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get a kill on HFN here. Alright.
And I wonder if they are about to keep this tri-lane. I'd honestly expect to see the IO go top sometime soon, but for now, he's hanging around. And that leaves us with a gentleman's agreement on top, as I like to call it, where both of them are like, yep, you like that we get the one-on-one to farm? Cool, me too.
Defend? Tag team again with the slow. This is working out pretty well. He does have the fairy fire though, Matthew has to be careful. He doesn't take too much tower damage. It's another spark rave, so they'll turn it back around. Now we will get the kill, but HFN already dead, so he's not going to be able to get that experience.
Very nice. This is exactly the start that the Dazzle wants.
Still so salty about this Dazzle pick. I'm sorry. Come on, Frank. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Frank. Be the hero we need.
You're allowed to be. If you've seen a team fail with something, then it's only natural to be nervous for them. But let's face it.
No. They don't fail with it. As I like to say, they when they pick the Dazzle for Frank, they don't win because of it. They win in spite of it.
That is extra frustrating. Yeah. I've seen that in a lot of teams where I'm like, I don't know if this is actually a good pick for you guys. Like you're winning, but I don't think this is actually contributing. But who knows? They're the ones that have to play with it and win with it in the end, and we can just sit on the sidelines.
Alright, well, Moon Meander just gonna go block up this stack, make sure that IO can't get this off, and MNZ not having a great time. So here's what I'm interested in. Okay, at the point in the reflection there. I like that, so that way you can apply the poison sting. We actually, who was it? It was Sammy Boy, I think, that I had seen him do this originally. I was a little surprised to see that early point picked up, but just being able to go and turn the Venno against himself. It's very, very value.
Otherwise you don't get out. It is, especially because of the range advantage, if he gets to hit you once and then walks you down, there's nothing you can do against it as a Terrorblade. So this is a very smart point. It just keeps you alive. Of course, it also feels kind of bad because you ideally want 2 points and conjure image as fast as possible so you can retreat into the jungle whenever you feel like it. Okay, to see if he prioritizes that over Metamorph. No, he doesn't.
Trying to punish Matthew here for going a bit too deep. They should be able to turn it around, get a kill. HFN will pick that up, and it's a good rotation from Moon because there's not much that this IO can really pressure KZ with right now. So I think
or ever, honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can get some points of spirits, but yeah, no, definitely not super comfortable. So they force the TP out. That does give a little more breathing room though to MNZ. So he's happy to be able to actually hit these creeps. Mono's doing a great job over here in the mid lane though against Bryle. 20-3 currently, 17-5 on the Wind Ranger. But I mean, there's only so much that Bryle can do right now too, right?
Yes, exactly. And the both of them are, of course, going to start taking down this mid wave and then farming their side camp relatively soon. So it's very hard to keep a Wind Ranger from farming, much like it's very hard to keep a Magnus from farming.
Surprised that we're not seeing a rotation yet for the 4-minute runes. This is something that Thunder Predator likes to do. They try to secure them up, make sure. Oh, Tomato! No, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, look at this. You can already see
yes.
Matthew getting into position here. They left that rune over there too, huh? Double damage picked up by Matthew. Gonna try to take over a little bit of this room here in the lane. They didn't have the bottle ready just yet, but again, they do have that bounty rune sitting over there, so they'll walk themselves over. Lich was also seeing if he was able to help secure, but again, Matthew just a little bit too fast.
Magnus gets to refill. It's gonna feel good for him.
Oh, it's pretty quiet. No HFN, just hitting these creeps. Frank zoned out quite a bit, though. He knows he can't go too close, considering that he doesn't have his Tusk here.
So
minute runes are coming, though. We should be seeing some movement. But I don't think Frank and Matthew alone are going to be able to secure this bottom one. Might be able to go. Yeah, Moonmeader's going to try to go for the play, though, up here. Should be able to snap it up. That's not going to be a rune, then, unfortunately, for Tomato. Might be able to slow him down just a little bit here. They have the Frost Shield. Aoi's sitting on the low ground here. Looks like Moon's going to be able to teleport out. He goes all the way home, though, so might be able to take advantage of the fact that HFN a little bit more vulnerable here in this bottom lane without Moon being there, and since he TP'd out, he won't be back anytime soon.
It'll be pretty okay for HFN by now, though. He's got a couple of points up. He can defend himself reasonably.
Oh, if the shards were just a little bit further, they would have been able to probably put some decent damage on him, but they whiffed.
Very unfortunate. That was basically their one opportunity to kill HFN before he gets his 6 and starts being very dangerous to fight into. You're going to start losing heroes.
6 minutes coming up. You can see Matthew was rotating. They have a support over on the top. Moonmeander smoked up. Arcane Rune is available. Moons might have to snap it up, though. It's not going to be available for Bryle. But they can turn this around, get themselves a kill, though a little bit off the mark with that power shot here. Matthew's got the boots going, though. Moon does not have those. And plus the shards, it looks like they're going to be able to walk away. No harm, no foul.
Very nice. pressure's gotta come in towards either of these side lanes soon, though. I think if you're crazy, you definitely want to leverage this Venomancer in one way or another. Though KheZu probably wants to get his level 6 before anyone comes bother him just yet. So, probably going to let this catapult wave go for now. No pushes happening with
the
it.
wave.
Yep. You gotta imagine that more is going to be done about the wave pulling in the future. Frog made it so hard to do that, and people are doing it anyway.
The worst is when you saw like Eternal Envy playing mid as a bristleback, cutting the between the tier 3 and the tier 2 in mid. Like that was some.
Oh yeah.
That was some shit. Let's be really honest. They had to get rid of that.
Our good friend Monkeys Forever is also very sad that you can't do that with the Brood Mother
nice hit over here, but Frankie's just going to be able to TP. They have enough damage, though, now that he's got the Tempest double. Matthew forced to run away.
Can't do anything about that.
Not indeed.
Just hardcore and things. So
you could try to leave earlier, but instant D word from Owie. Feels good, man.
And the thing that interests me most is where is this Magnus going to go after his power treads? Is he going to go for the greedier Echo Saber build, or is he saying, alright, fine, I am the only one on my team who can, you know, jump safely. I'm going to build a Blink Dagger.
I think he needs the Blink.
I think so too. But at the same time, we know that there is at least the illusion of time, just because HFN is going to take so much longer to get online than most other carries would.
Roll in, plus the focus fire. He's still run away, but he's still slowed quite a bit. Bryle really wanting this. Power shot comes through, but they just don't have quite enough damage. As in the top lane, Minos finds a kill on KheZu, so realizing that the supports are no longer in their lane, they make a play. And it's a very nice one.
That said, KheZu has his 6. He doesn't have the ult yet. But I'm kind of expecting the TP that he makes now to indicate where Crazy wants to go for the next 3-4 minutes of this game. He's going top. Okay.
I think it's a Venomancer, right? You just plop him in the lane and let him take the tower. Make everybody else respond to you. There's no real reason that he has to be running around considering what they have on this other.
But it depends on if you, for example, expect MNZ to go for the tower trade. You could also plop the Venomancer down defensively on bottom.
He's not going to, though, knowing MNZ. MNZ's going to be heading up in the jungle. He's going to be spending time with Wu here. Might go over to the triangle, although you already have Kamado there. And look at this. They already realize it, too, because Bryle making his way over. He's going to try to just interrupt as much as he can. And already, too, you can see that KheZu's making his way over as well. So they know the way that Minos likes to play.
I sure do. You're just bothering him. Like this Wind Ranger's tickling him.
Yeah, it's very pretty. But no damage really online here. Middle lane though, do have the roll on in. Moon Meander. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. Maybe he got skewered back.
Yes, he got skewered back.
Yeah.
Locked in by the shards most likely. Actually, the CD is too high. Interesting. Might have been a win. I only saw the skewer part.
This is looking not so great for Owie as the shards do connect. And that's another kill here. As HFN is going to try to go in. Needs to hug Frank maybe a little bit. Nope, doesn't manage to go and trigger that spark break. Which is fine. And there's a bounty rune waiting for him. Kamado still has that illusion rune bottled up.
Blink Dagger for him, so yes, he knows. Because he needs to vacate this jungle at some point. You can see that MNZ is getting pressured by all these people rotating into his jungle. They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't come bother him as much if he were in the triangle, but he can't be there because that's for the guy who's going to make the tempo. He gets the priority right now on this Magnus.
We have a reload coming in hot. Look at this. Look at all the teleports coming out, too. Minos chasing down here over onto Owie. Matthew taking a lot of damage, though. They have the final hit over onto Owie. They do. They'll be able to go take down Owie. And now they've got to get out of there. They'll do a Sunder play. Deciding, is they going to stick around? No, they'll leave. They'll just say, thank you for that, Bryle. And back I go to farming. Wow, that was so many TPs that came out.
Absolute rainbow. They left KheZu to take the top tower, though, so still very calculated. I mean, he couldn't actually have come in, or did he cancel? Did you catch that? He might have cancelled there. Because now he's certainly stuck on top.
Yeah, Yeah, well, he's definitely dead here. Unless he can TP out in time, but no, it's on cooldown, so he must have tried to TP, and that's just another free kill here from Minos. I like this. I like the way they're playing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
JC's still ticking down to that poison sting. Oh, he might need to deny. Oh,
doesn't
Minos.
get it.
You gotta murder your disco ball here. Too low. Oh, look at Moon Meander. He wants this.
Oh!
Maybe a little too greedy there, my friend, because here comes Mr. Moon.
Beautiful.
Goes down the kill on Bryle in the mid lane.
Yeah, no Earth Spirit to defend him there, but I think they would be okay with that trade, all things considered. They're not losing any buildings off of this yet, and yeah, KZ gets parked mid now.
He's done his duty in the top lane, now he's got to protect the mid tower. Got the Necro Book online now for the Dazzle. This is what Frank typically likes to go for.
I mean, with the bad juju, it is still such a high tempo upgrade. I don't think anyone can push quite as consistently fast as a Dazzle can, but of course he's also one of the more fragile ones.
Right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just have the Hood of Defiance queued up though, and I'm guessing he'll probably end up making a pipe. But Tomato, popping that haste rune, just comes bottom, says, alright, let's make some things happen, let's push this tower, let's see if we can get them to respond to us. Because we still need more time and space for Minos. And already, yeah, they're making their way down. We'll send out the Tempest Double.
I gotta start running.
A lot of people coming in.
Frank's
gonna walk right into Bryle. He goes, he drops the Necro Books, but he's gonna get chained to a tree, and there's not much that he can do about this. Doesn't have the Shallow Grave, so he's gonna be the one to fall. But again, making some space. Oh, they did manage to get the mid tower, though. That's not great.
Yes, with two of the cores visible on bot lane, the side of Crazy just immediately went for that mid tower. It was half health already anyway. And against Power Shot, you can't really push the wave out with Terrorblade Illusions. They still melted that. So, no way for them to hold that tower. I'd say no way for them to hold it without the Blink Dagger around Tomato, but he's got it now.
That's actually so good that they got the snipe on the courier, because that was the point booster. The vitality booster, my bad. That's going into the Spirit Vessel. Moon Meander's getting very close to that, and that's very scary for a lot of these heroes. Especially the Io.
And in general, a lineup that relies so much on healing its big frontliners is going to be upset when that healing gets diminished. I like that pickup.
Alright, there's a double damage rune picked up for Bryle. It's getting very close to that MKB as well. Looks like they're going to try to make some plays. Snowball, though, coming over onto Moon Meander. Not going to be able to quite grab them, but they do force them out of their jungle. Because, again, Minos hard at work. Not quite on top of the Arc Warden. Of course, it's to be expected when you consider that he does have the Midas. He's got the Tempest Double. But still trucking along.
The Arc Warden also just got his Boots of Travel up, so this is where he's going to start.
Now, dude, there it is, the Blink reveal coming up, and they silence him up, and he's just going to immediately pop back here. Tomato can't do anything just yet, as now Aoi getting clicked down here, and Dizzy leading the charge. Franco on the back line does spot out for Miles, so be able to take him down. MNZ trying to fight through. There's going to be the poison, though, coming out. MJZ trying his best to keep him alive. They have the Shallow Grave, and they'll go. They'll use the Sunder. They'll find themselves a kill, and they'll be able to take down Bryle as well. KZU, there's only so far that this little Hydralisk can go. He's just too slow. That's a triple kill for MNZ.
Very patiently played from Thunder Predator there. You could see that Tomato actually wanted to do way more, and halfway through it's like, you know what, never mind. I think MNZ's got this, and indeed he got this.
Does indeed. Let's park them down here into the bottom end, maybe take a tower. I like this, you know, this time we've had a big problem in the past with MNZ not being able to get Sunder off, but with this Io and the way that Wu positioned, and also the fact that they have a Dazzle with a Shallow Grave, made a huge difference. So
it's a pretty classic TB combination. In the bans you could actually see that the Oracle was out too, so Crazy was not a fan of this TB getting to Sunder to his heart's content, but with the Dazzle pick they still can totally do it.
They want to fight. They're looking at Moon here.
Baiting. He is baiting them so hard. I think they know.
They know. They're backing off. They're like, something doesn't seem right. Can they get the shackle? That was a question. The roll forward, the blink out. Be able to go and land over onto MNZ, but they've got Matthew nearby. They can go in and try to save him if necessary. They've got the silence. They'll drag them right back in again. In comes the snowball, though. They'll follow up. Big Walrus punch. And they're all grouped together, though. It's a beautiful chain cross. It's going to be enough, though. It's not looking to be as they just Delta split. No, they'll still be able to find the kill onto Minos. MJZ now left alone. Frank being charged over here onto the back lines. Looks like MJZ trying to get together here. Again with Tomato. Frank fighting his way through, trying to do as much as he can here with that bad juju. He's got the shallow grave. He's still alive. The rest of his team has already left him high and dry, though, so he is going to eventually pair. Whoa, okay, all right. There's a relocate out, but Frank is still alive despite everything.
They just left him. He just walked out with the shallow grave on.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah, well, I think he doesn't believe it either, but he's sure happy they did. And he is going to have a hood for the next fight now. This is going to come in so handy versus KheZy's overwhelming magical damage, as well as Moon Meander. Never underestimate how much damage Nerve Spirit ult does if he's got all his stones ready.
His courier's back up too, so we should be seeing that Spirit Vessel picked up any time now. And that'll be another nice tool to add to their kit.
The unfortunate fact, though, is that Thunder Predator, even if they have been taking good fights, they haven't been farming as much as CR4ZY has. CR4ZY has the ability to just be on all three lanes if they so wish and not worry too much about losing any of those heroes. And the same cannot be said for Thunder Predator, so they've taken quite a lead by now. And this is going to be troublesome for a lineup that, well, as we said, would kinda like to end around the 35-minute mark. The later this goes, the more pressure there is on Tomato to find this Arc Warden somewhere and fish him from behind the tower with the skewer. Because if they have to fight up into him, it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
Well, he's holding onto a double damage turn right now. I guess pops it too. I guess they were figuring that they'd probably try to fight them, but doesn't appear to be the case. MNZ's just going to teleport out, as is Tomato. And they'll just vacate. They'll play a little game of cat and mouse for now.
At the very least, there is some space to play that in now for Thunder Predator. They would really like to get that mid tower down still.
For sure. They're still farming decently, though. Like, you look over... Again, they have the Empower on their side, right? So, even though that this Arc Warden's sitting at 12k, you've got 11k over on MNZ, 8.3 over on Mr. Tomato, and Bryle's sitting at 8 right now. So, you have a little bit of that advantage, but the supports are not feeling super comfortable. They'd like to be doing better, but there's only so much that, you know, a Tusk and a little IO can do.
At the very least, Bryle hasn't been getting all of the easy pickoffs that he would have wanted. It's so hard into all of these heals as a Wind Ranger, as I said before. So, not too much presence out of him yet.
I'll make things a bit easier.
Roshan gets called by the Radiants.
BKB
I'm sure if they're actually looking to it. Yes. I don't actually think that CR4ZY can fight Roshan here into the finished hood, into that BKB plus an RP.
Yeah, the RP alone is enough to give them pause, if you ask me. I think that you definitely want to play safe, knowing that Tomato's on the map and that he could jump into that pit. You don't want that. At least you need a lot more vision.
They got KheZy setting up camp again at the very least, but yeah. Right now, what they want the most on CR4ZY is a pick-off. One kill, any kill, they can go. But it doesn't seem like they're getting it before HFN says, alright, fine, we're doing this the hard way then.
I don't know about this HFN.
Well, KheZy's got them covered.
He does have them covered, but if they try to go in for a smoke play, which they're grouping up like they want to do this. No smoke
gotta be faster.
on them, though. Guys? Okay, there we go. In we go. Siege is on. Roche, no. Going down super fast. Look at the bodies here. They know. They know they're in there. They gotta get in there faster, though. It's too late. They're not gonna be able to do it. They've already popped the meta. Looks like MNZ. He's thinking about going in. He's not 100% sure, though. Trying to find that perfect setup here. It's just a Tempest double right now. Power shot comes through, lands over onto 3. Yeah, they were just too slow on it. Bryle's still standing over here. You don't want to fight into this Aegis if he always snipes those last couple of creeps.
Very annoying. And this is meta down for Thunder Predator as well. If they catch them in the river there is still a fight, even if the Aegis is already on Crazy. Crazy split up very well there, not giving this Terrorblade any chance to do what he did earlier up on that high ground. Which also means that they're most likely going to go as soon as this meta is down. Unless they have any big timings that they're waiting for.
I mean, they're very close to getting the MKB online for Arc Warden. Might as well just wait a little bit longer here.
Moon smoke breaks.
It's just Matthew. Tomato standing nearby, the snowball will come out. No, immediately he's headed over to that camp. There's the Sinister Gaze dragging him back. Tomato, alright Tomato, you're being a little greedy here. Just farming right next to everyone. But down goes Matthew. And look at, they managed to go and land the shackle over onto Tomato, but I don't know if you keep going on this. Moon says, why not? We don't know where, we got this. TPs are coming out, though. You can see Frank making his way over, and that Spirit Vessel doing a lot. They're going to need a shallow grave to keep him alive. They do have a shackle landing over onto the, oh no. In comes the IO, though. They're going to try to just buy him a little bit more time. Bryle, he's hungry for this. So is Moon, but he's just a little bit too fast. They're not going to
Power shot.
grabs him out the pole right back into the tower shot. Like you said, cleans him up. Moon will get taken down. The shackle. Oh no. How he's going to get the bounces of his life. At least he's hoping so. Plus the ultimate coming out from the Venomancer. This is that MJZ. Frank's not looking too hot now, though. Matthew rolling on in, finds the kill on Bryle. They can turn this around. They might be able to get the kill onto Owie. Do they have something to cancel out that TP? They don't need it.
Deserved. They need to die for that dive, but it's remarkable how much Crazy gets out of that. And that is only 4 heroes. HFN wasn't really getting anywhere close to that, and even Kezu was more of like backup on the side than anything else.
I think, like you said, they played that exactly the way they needed to. They did lose a lot for it at the same time, too.
They gained space. This Terrorblade is going to build an MKB, which will allow him to fight into that Arc Warden briefly, but it's him versus 2 clones and all of the rest of the items that Crazy have managed to gather, because this is definitely an all eggs in a Terrorblade basket case. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do enough.
I like how you said eggs in a basket, but also basket case at the same time.
Yes.
Nice wordplay. I appreciate that. I will say, though, that this time around, generally Minos will be able to farm quite a bit. And he'll show up and he's fat, but a lot of the times he's not able to get the Sunders off. With Frank and MJZ on both of these healing supports that can save him, it's going to make things easier as long as they stay alive. So, like, a lot of this pressure is going to be placed onto Matthew and Tomato, that they just have to be up front and just be the center of everyone's attention. Because if those squishier, and it's not, one's a support, one's an off lane, which again, I'm not keen on, but if they're able to just sit back, they'll be able to keep Minos alive, and he'll be able to do the cleanup crew damage.
Yeah, that is about the ideal team fight. Well, let's see if they can get it for themselves.
That's the question. Would have liked to see maybe a little bit more initiation too, coming out from the side of Thunder Predator.
Yeah. Well, we got a Dazzle instead, didn't we?
Yep. A little bit of a skirmish though over here on the side. Shackle lands over onto Matthew. And Walrus punch up here with the Wind Ranger throughout the shards, trying to get away, but the roll forward coming out. Owie using the Sinister Gaze drags him right back in. Again, the power shot, and a little plink coming out here will be able to secure themselves a kill.
Moonman are already looking for the next. He's got Frank.
Kick back again. Jesus here's got the grave. He's going to try to teleport out. He can't, though. He's going to have to try to fight his way through this, and he's not able to.
Yeah, not this time with the shallow graves. Meanwhile, the Predator are hunting a clone and failing.
Well, they realize that they've got to be on their way now, right? You've shown in the bottom lane, you don't have enough supports. The roll in over here onto the IO. MJZ gets kicked back. He's going to try to make his way over here. But he's just going to keep getting hit here by Moon Meander, plus that Spirit's Vessel. There's no way the IO stays alive.
And Moon gets to keep that kill too. Nice little bit of, hey, you made this one happen, you can keep it. Crazy shows here.
It's aggression. I like it. I like the way that Moon's been playing this. Feels like Bryo hasn't had as comfortable of a game as he usually would enjoy, but definitely having Moon Meander rolling around keeps that tempo going. And he's found quite a few pickoffs here to help his team out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a Crimson card on Kezu. It's going to be so hard for this Terrorblade to kill the entirety of Crazy, which is his job description.
Yes.
Let's not make any illusions. That is what he needs to do. He needs to kill the entire team. They have damage reduction. They have Force Staffs.
Interesting. So they opted to go for a blink on Matthew too, but I feel like Matthew's just so squishy. Yeah, he can follow up here with Tomato, and maybe he can poke around and make some plays, but I feel like they could have gotten something better on him. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure actually. If you want to be able to kill the Wind Ranger, then a blink on this Tusk is pretty much a must, as well as for the saving factor. And let's face it, it's going to be all about the saves. He's dead when he goes in either way. Might as well go on a target that they want.
Dire are scanning.
Also, I can't believe that they still didn't manage to take this mid tower.
Can you see the way that the Crazy's just like, they're not showing, they're coming for this tower, everybody get in position, like. But they recognize that they're not showing, so, you know, look at this. You've got creeps hitting into the base, you've got the Tempest double over here that's going to start putting pressure. Thunder Predator can't allow this. They need to go home. They need to deal with it.
They are going to allow it.
That's a mistake.
This looks like indecision.
It is indecision.
Well,
You've got
the
two
clone-
waves pushed in.
The clone is going to time out now, though. So they get an Illu over on MNZ. They have been chipping at this tower with illusions.
Yeah, but Crazy's just positioned their bodies right around it, too. So, like, they're waiting for them to commit to this.
Yep. And if you'd be comfortable with jumping, you'd move in through the bottom side, but that way they would have gotten spotted by all the excellent vision that Crazy has placed around. There is no good scenario for them to take the mid tower, so Crazy gets to keep it. They get to keep that excellent outpost towards Roshan, although it's not an outpost for Roshan. Is it too late for me to complain
To complain
that these
about
things
what?
are named outposts and not shrines?
No, you can complain. I mean, who's gonna stop you?
Nobody, if they're smart.
Nobody. Man, I wish I could play this. I always feel like I would totally crush in this, but the players are never looking at it anyways. Alright, whatever. Whatever. I found Bane. Everybody saw that. No one saw that, actually, because you're watching Pythian's camera. I know
maybe-
that I saw it.
Maybe Pythian's owning it up right now. We wouldn't know.
Maybe. 1v1 me, Pythian. I'll wreck you.
The king of the playground.
Queen of the playground, if you please. Thank you.
I'm rooting for Pythian here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, Kips. Way to support your fellow ladies in esports. Shake my damn head. All right. Well, what do we got here? So we do have a relocate available over on MJZ. They're trying to just, push out these waves. They have been pushed in far too long in this top lane. Luckily, not too much, no damage on the tower just yet, but they have to be very aware of the fact that they can easily get ratted by HFN, so.
Yep. And the information that it gives Crazy is invaluable as well. You stated it very clearly during the previous attempts on mid tower as well. They know exactly where to barricade themselves. They know where Thunder Predator can be and where they can't be. And yeah, it makes it very easy for them to decide what to do. The item that has my interest is the Abyssal Blade that MNZ is saving up for.
Are you liking this? Are you not liking this?
I am. We were talking about how they didn't have enough jump. Well, he's just going to straight up buy it. And he's got a ton of heals behind him. It's not like his problem is getting to, hit people enough or something like that. He is going to live, no matter what he does. He might have to sacrifice a couple of his teammates in the process, but that's going to happen anyway.
True.
So he's going to go in. He's going to go into the middle, and I like it much more than, for example, a Skadi, because if you buy a Skadi in this situation, then all you're going to do is stand there and try to hit people that are all going to just be running away from you. They are going to get kited really very hard. So, Abyssal Blade actually being able to either blow somebody up or fight HFN mano a mano.
It's just on the back lines, you have to make sure that Frank and Wu are still kept alive the entire time. because they are going to start focusing him down. It's like we are ready, though. HFN seems to have a stable connection again. So Tomato's opting to go for a Shiva's Guard. Do you like the fact that he's going more like trying to be more tanky in the front lines, or do you think he should be doing some damage? Because again, you have Frank, who is, you know, your off laner, but he's not gonna be dishing out the same kind of levels of damage as usual. Oh, they play him! Okay. I need a little bit of a heal here for Frank. From Frank, rather. Oh,
nice.
That other charge break, that was so close. They still managed to get to turn it back around thanks to the Dazzle relocating. So Brian will pay for that. We'll go right back to the jungle.
Good reactions coming out from Thunder Predator there. And yeah, in regards to that, you can see how easily he dies. They need some more beef up on that front line. Especially because what's going to happen? Basically, MNZ on the front line, 2 supports sitting behind him, 2 counter engages at the ready. And the first of those counter engages, ideally, is going to be Tomato because he also deals some damage. So he's still going to be, well, second into the fray after MNZ. And you save Matthew for, well, literally the saves.
Yeah, it's the MNZ show, right?
It is.
It's usually a 4 protect 1 sort of strategy coming out from Thunder Predator.
Normally it isn't like this lopsided though.
Thunder Predator?
Seen more. Yeah, I have seen more balanced drafts coming out of them, especially with more playmaking capability.
Well, it's because Leo Style's not playing right now too. They do have Tomato standing in. So, man, look how fast this melts. This is really, really nice for them that they're going to be able to secure it. And yeah, they're not even making their way over here, so a very nice advantage headed over for the side of Thunder Predator. You now have so many ways to keep Minos alive.
Now all they need is to fight.
Oh god, Minos is doing that thing though where he doesn't buy a TP. There it is. He heard me. All right, thank you. We were laughing. I think it was Alvaro and I were casting one of the games the other day, and he was playing, and he just wouldn't keep a TP on him. He's like, I have an IO. It'll be fine. And then he died, because IO couldn't get him out in time. And he just stayed a little bit too long, but alright. Glad he picked that up.
I mean, it's just another form of optimization, isn't it? Like, why would you?
Oh, he wanted the gold too much. He didn't want to spend the extra bit here.
The definition of greed.
He's a core player. That's what they do. That's also how they win games. Or throw, depending.
Depending. Aeon is coming up on Kezu. There's a round of defensive items coming up for the supports here. Oh, he actually already has his 4 staff. It's going to be hard to focus anyone down on Crazy unless you get a proper assassination. Wait!
HFN just murders Frank, alright.
All the way into the base.
Yep. I mean, he's got a lot. He's got a Daedalus, he's got an MKB. This is not looking great for Minos again. He still has that Aegis, but look at this. They go right into the backline. They'll push them forward again, but the BKB coming out from Minos.
Look at the kites.
Be a double kill for HFN, but Bryle over here, he's trying to run away. He does have that Ghost Sumper, but they're just getting too many bounces off as both the BKBs over here about to go down. Minos has to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage. He needs to get the Sunder off. He's not going to be able to, so that's going to be his first life. Triple kill coming out now for HFN. Up comes Minos. He doesn't have anyone to keep him alive, though. He's just going to go down. No Sunder at all available because everyone else is, of course, not near him or dead who are trying to keep him alive. The sign's being thrown out again over here onto Tomato. Casey trying to get the body blocks. He's going to get pushed underneath the tower. Doesn't matter, though. HFN is beyond godlike, and they're going in for more. They see Matthew. Moon's just hungry. He wants these kills. He wants to pat these stats. Snowball will come out, though. They have to be careful. They dove a little bit too far. So follow up the blink. It doesn't matter at all. HFN finds a kill. Come on, guys. Frank gonna run back and they're trying to keep him alive. Where's the rampage? Give this man the rampage. He deserves it at this point. They go right into that fountain. And it looks like we will be fine, though.
Yeah, they can't make it happen. Halfway through the dive, they realize that Thunder Predator doesn't have any buybacks, otherwise they would have jumped on this opportunity by now.
They might just try
Very
to go
painful turn of
here.
events. All Thunder Predator needed was to be together for the one fight that they took, but that awkward death of Frank in the base I know that they felt like they couldn't take any more chip damage on their towers, but at the same time, that was the only thing that allowed them to get out on the map at all before. As soon as he dies, well, it's go time.
If they had just been a little bit more in position to keep Minos alive there, that goes so differently. But just that one fight really had them unravel.
It's a tough case regardless. You could see as soon as he sunders and pops the BKB, everyone of Crazy just scatters to the 4 winds. Alright, he did it. Time to wait it out, everyone. And because of that scattering, it's also very hard for Tomato to get a proper RP off. You can say that you haven't seen any of him this game, but it's also been ridiculously hard just because Crazy has so many angles to come at a fight from and so many reasons to not be together. They don't need to. They can try to come at the IO from one side, try to fight Matthew on the other side.
Satanic now completed for HFN. I'll just go and they'll blow up the Tempest double at the very least. Don't have to worry about that. But it does reveal that they have the Abyssal Blade online, which I'm sure they figured was on the way, considering that he had the components earlier on in some of these fights. Maybe they'll go for a smoke though? They're grouped up.
It would also make them know that MNZ does not have a buyback. There's no way he can afford that. If they kill him right now, it's game. It's a win condition right here.
They're all grouped up here in the triangle. They feel like they want to make this play. You can see KZU drawing the line.
Oh, they want to.
Gonna come out. Looks like they're gonna. Oh, they're splitting up though. Thunder, what are you doing?
Two angles,
to break
two
their
angles.
own smoke, but going over from the horizontal area here, we'll be able to go find Moon Meander almost immediately. They'll jump forward. Matthew getting silenced up. Keza making his way over too. They've got the BKB, but over on the back lines, he's just getting picked apart here by Bryle. A couple of these bounces coming out from the chain cross. It's like they're just totally spread out. Again, this is a disaster here for the side of Thunder Predator. They need to group together because HFN is just murdering everyone right now. Keizu also gonna find the kill over here on the break. MNC trying to fight here with the defend. Goes uses the Thunder, but he's left all alone. They end up calling the GG. What a disaster for Thunder Predator, and what a beautiful team fight for the side of Crazy. That's some chaos right there, baby.
It is. It is. And wow. Gotta say that from the draft onwards, this one is just very hard if you don't play it out methodically. Push with every single metamorphosis, get that Dazzle to back you up behind it. And even if you do that, you're still going to end up at the high ground, roughly at the point where HFN can stand a fight. It just doesn't feel fast enough.
I think... oh, you know what I'm going to say, Kips. You have a general idea of what I'm going to say here.
Well, hit me.
All right. I think that if
us.
you have a different offlaner, this goes a bit differently. I don't think you can have an IO and a Dazzle. Yeah, I think you need someone who's going to be able to be more active, be able to participate in those tempo controlling ganks. And there's just not much that Frank can do on a Dazzle, honestly. I just feel like they were lacking in terms of the draft. Crazy, they looked fantastic. Moon Meander was super aggressive. HFN got everything that he needed. Bryle struggled a little bit more. Definitely didn't shine as much as he usually did, but he got the job done. In fact, in the last fight, you could see, he was doing the damage to Tomato. Tomato was BKB'd up, but they just couldn't do anything because he's getting focus fired down by the Wind Ranger. Saw some fantastic just chain frosts coming out from Lich. It just felt like Crazy played a lot better, a lot tighter, and a lot more together. Whereas Thunder Predator, and again, some of that was, of course, Crazy separating these fights. Like that last fight was stupid. The way that they were just, I couldn't keep my camera on everything happening, and I was zoomed all the way out. But just very well done.
It's impossible. Parted like the Red Sea, and then Kezu walks into the middle and lets his ult loose, and it's on everybody.
Yeah. Thunder Predator, they had good players, but just I don't feel like they played together. I feel like that was a huge problem. I felt like there were too many pieces that just didn't fit. Whereas Crazy's draft just perfect.
Yeah, Crazy's draft felt very comfortable. I think that just also makes it a lot easier to play in general. If you don't have to tell everyone what they're supposed to be doing or what you're going to be doing all the time, then your comms are free to just actually coordinate your team. And you could really see that, I think. Again, I don't like the Magnus TB opening either or, but not both of them together. It seldomly works out.
I think you could have the opportunity. I don't really like I feel like it was too greedy putting the Magnus as a core. I know that you're saying you're very surprised when I said, okay, yeah, they've been running as position 5, but I have seen the teams run as position 5 and it's worked very, very well. But I think also the Venomancer. I think the Venomancer was a huge factor in that, why they could not put the Magnus over there, because he would just suffer too much. It would just be too difficult with a TB and a Magnus. So perhaps don't grab the Magnus that early. You've got that option. You could have put it in the off lane too. I know Frank could probably play that. Frank's very talented off laner. I just did not like it in the mid. I didn't like it in mid. I didn't like the Dazzle. Just too much with the IO and the Dazzle too. For me, it was a draft thing for Thunder Predator, but
yeah, I'll back you on that.
Yeah, it's a best of 3 series, so maybe they just got drafted into a corner. Again, Owie's fantastic about drafting. He plays 4D chess the entire time. He's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and take that. What are we going to do? And then he immediately shows you what they're going to do about it. But again, a best of 3. This is the lower bracket, though, so Thunder Predator only has one more chance to prove themselves here. Otherwise, they're going home, and it's going to be pretty much just Infamous holding the last hopes of South America here for the BTS Pro Series. But we do have another game. Everybody go take a break, grab yourself a nice monster, get re-energized, because when we come back, we're going to see if Crazy is going to wrap up this series or if Thunder Predator will bounce back.